Hello. Oh my gosh, guys. Hello. I I feel like I'm red. I've been running around since I got home, of course. Beth, thank you for redeeming first. Michelle, thank you for redeeming your daily star candy. Beth as well. Alan, welcome in. How are you? Hold the freaking phone, guys. I literally just finished making my bed. And that I might be being dramatic, but oh my gosh. And as much as I love like having a duvet and a duvet cover, I dread. Okay, thank you for the 18 months. Holy heck. Welcome in, my love. How are you? Whew. And redeeming your daily star candy. But literally every time I have to go and wash my duvet cover, I'm like, do I really have to? Because putting it back on is a lot. And I finished prepping for dinner. So stream might be a little short today because I am cooking dinner for me and my significant other. A little bit later. We normally eat a little later anyways, so it's no big deal for us. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Cooking a good old southern meal. And if you guys aren't following Kate already, please go do so. They are going to have a comeback stream tomorrow, around 6-ish, I believe, if I recall correctly. They got a new computer, which I'm really excited about because that means we can play Valorant. But how is everyone? How was y'all's weekends? What did you do? Do you guys have any fun plans for this week? Let me grab my water and then it's literally just over there and we can start talking about what I have planned for the rest of the month, maybe. I also would like to say that I changed Kiko's collar, everyone. And it's a little Akatsuki collar. I thought it was fitting for, you know, Halloween and everything. I know I am hyped for Kate's streams. Very hyped to have Kate back streaming. Oh my gosh. So for the rest of the month, I think I want to get like yes, I wear my glasses like this because it doesn't hurt my ears and everything after a while. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I apologize. I truly apologize. But for the rest of this month, I'm thinking about we start a horror series, in a sense. I forgot which one. I forget what the name of the game. Oh, The Quarry. Remember how I played The Quarry? I'm thinking about playing Until Dawn for October. I think that would be fun. The only thing is I have to have a PlayStation account. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. And maybe I'll ask people who have PlayStation accounts to be like, hi, I don't know anything about this. Can you help me? Rin, hello, welcome in. And I think once it's closer to Halloween, if I have time, I want to do like a little Halloween celebration. Since this is my favorite holiday. The only reason I say if I have time, which I do believe I will, it's just right before Halloween. I am going to be seeing multiple things and doing multiple things. I am traveling about to 2 different places in one weekend, a little over a weekend, so I'm hoping I'm not gonna be too tired. Or maybe we'll do a little celebration right after Halloween or something. But Halloween is on a Thursday, so I'm thinking either we'll do it that Wednesday. No, because either we'll do it on Halloween because I might be let out of work early, but I won't know till the day of, which is kind of stinky. Or maybe we'll just do it Tuesday of that week. Yeah, Beth, those are the same weekend. It will be fine. It will be fine. I'm literally seeing like many of my favorite people in a very short period of time. Like, my favorite people are hanging out with my boo thing and me, and then I'm flying off to see another favorite person of mine. I might cry because I feel like I'm gonna be overstimulated. No, I get that. I feel like it doesn't sink in until, like, when people tell me things, it doesn't sink in for me until a couple times, you know? Rin, I hope you're doing well. How are you? I'm Stinky and I will send out your stuff this week. I pinky promise. I've been busy. Shocker. Total shocker there, right? But yeah, I'm thinking we'll either play until dawn or maybe Silent Hill. I've seen Farah playing that and they've seemed to be really enjoying it. And I didn't realize that Triangle Head was in that. Sev, my love, how are you? I've been enjoying your Inktober. It's been so cute to see what you've been drawing. I love it, I love it. I love it. I haven't a place for it yet anyways. How is the new place, Rin? Please let us know. Or the third game I was thinking about is getting Little Nightmares 2, and Kinley already said she would play that with me, and getting my little sister in here and playing Little Nightmares 2 with me. So if we're lucky, maybe we'll do both. Right now I only have it in the budget to maybe buy one of those games, because I am traveling. And I have something that I'm saving up money for that I really, really want. So, yeah. I'll probably get a poll going in my Discord to see like what people are super interested in. But I'm very excited about it, and maybe we'll start that this weekend, this Saturday, because I plan to stream Saturday at 1. It might be pushed back if I decide to go. I think I wanted to go maybe to a farmer's market really quick, but I will be streaming Saturday for sure, so keep an eye out for that. And it should be a little bit longer stream since this week might be a little bit shorter streams, you know? And I might be missing Wednesday this week because of a lot of personal things going on. Okay, that's enough yapping for me. I'm sorry. Talking y'all's ear off. Let me go ahead and pull up my bunny girl for us. I know. When am I ever gonna like not be a busy little bee? Like last week I was busy but not. Work was just insane. So I felt like by the end of it I was just exhausted. And like honestly, I guess it was nice because it was my body telling me to stop. Like full stop. It was like, hey, you need to freaking cut it out, you know? And it was nice, because it was nice and not nice, because my significant other was gone, but I was able to really get some good, like, alone time in, you know? I missed my significant other very, very much. Wait. Okay, hold on. But, you know, some alone time is very, very nice as well. Also, I want a farmer market. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll talk about it. Message me after stream, Buffy. I know, right, Sev? Yeah, literally, what was it? I met Mike 3 years ago now. God, has it been that long? And when I met Mike, I was like, oh, I swear I'm not normally this busy, because I wasn't. And for 3 years now, I've been waiting for it to calm down again. And it hasn't. It literally has not. All right, one last thing. So my significant other is great, and they brought me back some Pop Mart things from Pop Mart. And I want to show them off because I love them so much. Because I'm obsessed with Pop Mart and blind boxes. So. Alright. Hold on. Let me go get the cards so I can tell you what they are. So, you guys, a little cute thing about my significant other. He knew I liked Pop Mart last year when he went to China. And he got me a really, really cute one last year, and I'll show you it. It's from the little Dimu collection. Yeah, it's called Dimu. And this line is like a dating line, which is, I was like, oh. And they're all themed to like different dates you would take someone on. So this one he got me last year is firework themed. And so look, he has little fireworks in the sky, I guess. And he has a little sparkler and a little fish container, I guess. And then they also come with like these cute little fox. And he's also holding like a little sparkler. But he's the firework guy, and he's super cute. And this year he got me another one, and I told him now every time he has to get me one. This one is called Marshmallow. And his hair, like, he just looks like a little marshmallow cotton candy little guy. And then his little fox is like, has little starry eyes. Very cute. He's just a little guy. So I think that collection is super cute. I told him I really liked the Skull Panda collection, for those of you who know it. And he got me 2 different lines of the Skull Panda. He got me the sound line, and I got the pensiveness. Oh god, her mask is falling off. Like, I know it's a little, yeah, this is a little better. She's so beautiful. And her dress is like water in a sense. Like, so beautiful. And her little mask, it does come off. But this series is just so cute. I love it. I love it so much. And it's very like my vibe, I feel like. Alright. And then this one is from, what series is this? Image of Reality series of the same Skull Panda. And this one's name is Time Lapse. Oh my god, this one is so cool, guys. And it's like, it has a little hole here, so like you can, it's like even more dimensions. And if you turn this little knob, the little eye in the back here will like change moods. Isn't that so cool? Like, what the heck? The whole detailing in these are like, it's insane. It's insane. And then, I'm sorry guys. I just wanted to show these off because I think they're so heckin' cute. And then the last one he got me is, I think, a China exclusive, and I think he said it was like White Princess. I can't read it, so, but she's like a little princess dragon deal type. And she's super cute. Let's see. Yeah, that's like she's like at least like an inch bigger than everyone else. All the other ones I have. But yeah. Okay. I'll stop talking about Eurolf. I'll stop it. Does anyone want to remind me of what part in Final Fantasy I'm in? Because I cannot remember the chapter to save my life at the moment. But there's a Kira stream occurring. Oh my god, the rumors are true, wifey. There is a Kira stream occurring right now. Crazily enough. Stormblood, thank you. MSQ. I just, I noticed. Oh, I forgot I logged out when I was in a different world. Whoopsie. I noticed like my title still said post Heaven's Ward, and I was like, huh. I was like, technically that's true. But I did. Is it Lise? Thank you, Beth. Lease. Oh, like lease of an apartment. Okay. I follow. Despite the fact that I am in fact your wife, I accept this assessment. Best wife. I am very excited about Lise though. Oh god, that's probably a lot. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for the look, Rin. I appreciate it. You got this, bestie. She also has excellent fashion sense. Really? Oh, Yida had like when they were going by Yida, it was like very much just copying their sister's look, right? I'm all in place. Let me answer my significant other really quick because I feel bad. I haven't answered them in a bit. Yeah, she was pretending to be, yeah, the sister. Okay, cool. Amazing. Oh, truly. They weren't even real shorts. They were like the shorts that they're trying to sell nowadays. You know what I mean? Like the shorts that all the high brands are like, these are shorts. And it's like, no. No, they're not. Hey, it is okay. Oh, I gotta go. I don't want to go here. Storm of the blood, born from the blood of our fallen brothers. Is that like a song? I'm guessing it's a song that you're singing. Hello? Oh my god, she has wings. Yeah, oh, me on that. Frame for it. Hello? Oh, okay. Oh, it's the theme song. I see. I see, I see. Makes sense. Wait, so cute. Look at her umbrella. Oh my god. Wait, do they have like real Halloween clothes? Not that I have money to spend on that, but... Oh my god, they're so cute. What the heck? She's got horns and ears. Crazy. From Halloween events? Is there one going on now? There will be another soon. Answered my question before I even got to it. Wait, the outfit's great? Wait, is there like a sneak peek? Wait, that's not what I want. It's been leaked. Do we have said leaked photo? Oh, can we also, I know I've tweeted about this just a little bit, but can we also acknowledge that there's an even longer super tuna now? Oh, it should be up on their website. Let me see. Yeah, more super tuna. I need to get that back set up. I also need that on my to-do. Wait. Wait, the purple outfit with the horn? The flying pumpkin? Is this it? Hold on. Is this it? Like just this right here? Stop, that's so cute. What the heck? Okay, I need to like... The pumpkin is to die for, you guys. Like, actually to die for. Oh my god, Sev, we haven't. My heart hurts for them, honestly. And the rice stuff that happened, I can't even. It just makes me very upset and angry. Now that I'm decorating apartments, I'm very excited. Oh my god, wait. That would be so cute. Bats and pumpkins, truly. To go along with the pats? Wait, what? Are you saying pats are pumpkin bats? I don't even know much about rice. The whole oh yeah. No, I knew nothing until this, and then I'm like, I knew like a little bit, obviously. I know who they were and like stuff like that, but that literally is insane, honestly. Bats. Bots. I need to go that way. Hold on. Oh, I'm going the long way, but it's fine. I hope New Jeans will be able to come back though. Yeah, I have a feeling hype is going to keep them locked in. Yeah. I mean, it's just so sad because they just truly don't understand what's going on. Because they're so young and all that. But I so good for them. This one is Pat. Yeah, pumpkin bats. They are Pats. Yeah, the scenic route. Truly. Do you guys like my normal outfit? I specifically sought out to get just a normal looking outfit. I can't remember if I did this on stream or not. It's fine. It's honestly so much, yeah. Their CEO has been fighting with their company all year, and they've been kind of caught in the middle of everything. All of their activities are currently halted. Yeah. They were, oh, NBC. Yeah, I think it was too. They very much are not being not being pushed out, and they were supposed to have a tour as well, which is stinky. And I was so excited for it, but it's just a sad situation altogether. Yeah, they were actually probably my favorite girl group at this point, which is, I don't know, it's just sad. I think that, yeah, I agree. I think the adults around them are feeling them, but I also think that they just truly don't understand what's going on. And it really sucks to say that. No, yeah, they are, I think the oldest is 18, 19? Maybe 20. Maybe the oldest is 20. But don't quote me on that. Hello? Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna survive this. Oh yeah, I'm dying. Boop, boop, boop. Let me just get the frugal out of here. Bum 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 bum. Oh my god, he's still here! Oh my god, 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 oh my It's okay, Beth. What are you cooking? What is for dinner? What is on the menu tonight? Anyways, let's try this again. Okay. Why don't I just... I feel like the whole K-pop industry is just not doing well right now. Like, they're just not making good... I don't know. Our tournament... Stop. That sounds so good, though. That's always so good. In better K-pop news, though, I'm super excited for... Yes! Kiss of Life! I'm very excited for them. I'm also very excited for Cat's Eye. Is that what they're called? I actually really like them. In Aespa's comeback. Aespa? Oh my god. Aespa? Whatever. Yeah, they're always bad news, truly. Josh, hello, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? Yeah, truly. I really like them as well. They're probably my alt GG group now. GG, oh my god. Now that you know, our New Jeans is probably not happening. I don't understand how these guys are so strong in comparison to the others. My little guy. Alright. I think I'm gonna get rid of, like... I'm gonna get rid of, like, some of these before I start, because I feel like they're just gonna, like, I'm gonna hit them by accident, and I'm gonna have, like, 10 on me, and I feel like this is just a better idea. Okay. Hit 1. We might want to upgrade your gear now. Oh, 60 Tombstone's gear. And 2. Yes. I think gear upgrades is probably a very, very good idea. Oh my god, this was so much easier. Watch, I'm gonna die to this guy though. Oh no. god, oh my 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 god. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna just stand right in this corner for a minute while I heal up. Let's go. Miggy, my love, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing so well. Think you're doing your daily star candy. Thank you. They're my blue light glasses. I'm gonna try and wear them more during streams because I feel like they help my head a lot in the long run. I know, today was so bad. I felt bad because like last Friday I really couldn't concentrate at work, and again today I couldn't do it either. But that's okay. It is what it is, and I'll get through it. Oh! The way of the blue light glasses, yeah. So I found that they actually do help me, crazily enough. Now, what am I looking for? Oh. Oh, please, excuse me, my little guy. Yeah, I've seen the doctors have debunked blue light, but I also found that it helps me truly. It's like, you know what? The placebo effect, it's working. It's working on me, and I'll accept it. Please. Oh. Wrong way. Hello? What's this way? Absolutely nothing. An arch that leads to nothing. Please leave me alone. I didn't ask for this. Truly, they do say that. Same with red wine. Miggy spitting facts. Only helps some people since everyone is slightly. That is true. I feel like all these things might just like help different. Damn it. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me right now. Excuse me, Mr. Okay. I did tell myself I'm not much of a, I don't really drink much alcohol anymore. But like the two that I will drink when I do decide to drink is like wine and, seltzers? Oh, ciders, sorry. And I'm like, it's fine. They're made from fruit. I don't know where else to look. Just trying to take care of my eyeballs. I wish I could drink wine all the time without getting, yeah. I used to really hate wine, but I have grown to actually highly enjoy the taste of wine. I don't want to fight. Danny, hi, welcome in. Oh, amazing. I think I could probably like, yeah, no, that's it. I think I just did that not too long ago. I don't know where this thing is. Search near the Ziggerlock. I already looked at 3 things. I'm confused. There's nothing. Nothing. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. No. Oh, there's one over here. Oh my god, I missed it. Dear Lord. Leave me alone. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I found it. I found it. Don't worry. Don't worry. And I just saw Beth pull up. I gotta go this way now. Let's see. Yeah. But I will say hello. Oh my god, your outfit's so cute! Wait, that's so pretty. What outfit? What? Bitch. Bitch, what? Okay, what is that for? I need it. The bunny is in it. White mage, level 90. Yay. But you know, when I was playing last week off a stream, just leveling up and stuff, I felt like I leveled up quite a bit. Oh my god, your outfit's so cute. It's so cute. I want it so bad. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta walk away. I'm gonna start crying. I gotta go. Oh! That's so cute, Beth. I'm so jealous. Yeah. As I would have as well. With that? Are you kidding me? I gotta look at that site you sent me too, because it's just other people's creativity. It's tombstone gear, so it was really hard to get at max level, but now that max is 100. Oh, okay, okay.
Worse. Skulls. Listen, Lise. Whatever happens, stay hidden and do not intervene. Understood?
Oh no.
What?
You there! Halt! You know you shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be here. You should take 7 weeks? And there's so many things that it's impossible to know all of what, yeah. I got it in like 2 seconds. Oh my god. That's... I need that in my life. Wait, so what color is it originally? Did you dye it like white purple, Beth? When I got my level 90...
Forgive me, sir. I came to deliver the tributum.
When I got my level 90 weapons, you had to do so much grinding. Oh no. The purple parts are normally red. Oh. Purple is better.
Oh, aye. A likely story. Only a fool would dare to come so late. Or, mayhap, a resistance spy.
No, no, you've got it all wrong. I was waylaid by bandits. It's not my fault.
I said halt!
I say the halt. Aw.
Is this a joke? You don't seriously expect us to believe this is a fifth? How stupid do you think we are?
Stupid skulls.
It is, I swear, on my mother's life.
Spare us. You came late, you lied about bandits, and then you tried to cheat the Empire of its due.
Why don't we just kill them?
Think you can kill them all? Including the ones watching from the tower?
Yes.
Even if you did, others would come for him and his family. You'd be condemning them all to a life of hard labour. Assuming they didn't just execute them, that is.
I hate to break it to you guys,
But
she's
it
still
isn't
wearing
fair.
those shorts.
It's your bloody fault we're stuck out here patrolling this god's-forsaken wasteland. It's your fault I have to listen to people go on and on about how Alan Egan's can't be trusted. I've worked and toiled harder than any man. I'm a citizen, goddammit! And what are you? A stupid, stubborn little dog who'd sooner bite the hand that feeds him and pine for the good old days.
That's enough! Lord Xenos is expecting our report.
Oh. Yeah, they do hide better because of the jacket. I know. I need to get more dye, honestly. I just need to stock up on purple dye.
I bet the poor
Purple,
bastard
white, and
can't
black.
believe his luck. He gets to go home.
Maybe some gray.
We should do the same.
Oh. I feel like she knew we were there. I can craft a ton of dye now. If there's... Okay. I'll have to look at the colors and I'll have to let you know. Where's turned in the cash shop aside from single character only items has been a... Not all of them are craftable. Some are buyable. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't make character outfits dyeable. I feel like that makes them more desirable. You know? And I feel like more people would wear them more often. And they want to be like their favorite character, but with their favorite colors. Let's take this one. Why not? Yeah, I kind of, when I'm clicking around in the shop, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cute. It's like, it's only for this race. And I'm like, no! Why? And not the arm covers, yeah. Let me mix and match jackets and shoes and skirts. I'm sure that would be a lot to like program into here though, considering how big the game already is. But maybe not, because you know they've already done so much clothes. Why not separate them? Yeah. Too easy. It's like, let me up my subscription to you so we can do that. Thank you. Live my life. All right. See, the only upset is that only takes one slot in your dresser this way. I don't know if I've used my dresser at all. Oh, the glamour dresser. Okay, okay. I thought there's another dresser we have in there, right? Or am I wrong? There are more. Now, what does that hold? Oh, from events. Okay. I guess I'm still a little confused, but I think what you're saying is that they're just different types of outfit. Different types of dressers that hold different types of outfits from different types of things. I assume they made it a more, which is unlimited, so people don't get upset. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Because they paid for it. Yeah. You would have so much. Like, so many outfits. Yeah, I can't even imagine. They said this game's getting a lot more popular. People are gonna want to play this a lot more. All right, where is that? I spent like 500k gil on a top today, which felt silly, but it's very cute. Yeah. Like, money in this game comes back quickly. I say that as I don't think I've made much money in this game, but I have been gifted a lot of money. So in one form or another, it comes back quickly. Or at least neutral, yeah. Wait, does crafting take away money because you're like buying materials? Yeah. And then you're keeping it for your little, for yourself. Oh, you gathered 95%. Oh, my beast is lazy. That's so valid. I feel like I would start gathering the stuff and then I'd be like, oh, I gotta go around this way. Oh my god, that's a big gator. I'm not in the game that much right now. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm just stubborn and like money. It's so valid, but we'll see what I'll be like after I finish MSQ, but we shall see. Now! Hello! I'm here! I arrive and the first thing they say to me is, be quiet! Okay. Okay, it's fine, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. I gotta go back now. No! Leave me alone. Oh my god. That's kind of really cute. I hope you make bank as well, YG. This music reminds me of something that would be like in Bridgerton. It's like 75, so there's a lot of good house gear. Okay, let's go. Ah! Meal of Mimi, Best of Scouting. I don't feel like I need that. Should I run or should I TP? It's about the same. I should just run and save what little money I have. Take hello, welcome in. It's nice to see you. How are you? Do you want me to call you by username or let me know? Let me know. Ba, ba, ba. No, 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 no! Oh, don't do that to me. Yeah, I gotta save on the gill whenever I can. But now I'm gonna TP. Welcome in, how are you doing? I hope you're doing so well. Okay. That was, yep, yep. Damn,
It's good
my
to see
guy
you
is wearing
again,
a
my
corset.
friends. I hope you are here to tell me you have made contact with the Resistance.
I have the skulls.
We are, General. Allow me to introduce Monago of Rolga's Reach.
Oh, JK, not the skulls. That's a different story plot.
At your service, sir. And may I say what an absolute honor it is to stand before the Bull of Alamigo.
These are not the Blood Sands, girl. You and I are but soldiers on a battlefield fighting for the same cause.
I may not have Aetherite tickets, but I'm waiting until weekly reset tomorrow to get more. From weekly. Oh, okay, okay. Wait, do you have tickets like to TP to multiple sites? Yet another thing I neglect. Wait, what are hunt marks? I haven't had an Aetherite ticket in years. Yeah, I don't know half this stuff. I neglect a lot.
As you say, General.
I'll use them for free TPs. They're just generic tickets. Oh. Oh, I got you.
On behalf of Commander Kemp of the Alamegan Resistance, I present to you our formal response.
Why couldn't you just say it? I guess things in writing are better.
Good. I'm glad we've reached an accord.
Aye. Some of our finest took part in the Griffin's doomed assault, and we've been struggling to find new recruits ever since. The massacres cast a pall over the whole Resistance, and many who might once have been open to joining us have since thought better of it.
After all of the Griffin's false promises, one can hardly blame them. They have no desire to give their lives for a lost cause.
Hmm. Well?
We will not lie to them. This is war, and lives will be lost. Yet what we offer is not the fever dream of a madman, but true hope.
Frog, hello. Thank you for giving me your daily star candy. Welcome in. My friend and I are taking time to grind Diadem? What's it's not, thank you. Oh my god. To level our gatherers and crafters. What is that? I should do Diadem just for money and sell. Hunter marks are the occasional A/S rank monsters you find on the field. You can join hunt link shells and whatnot to farm them. Oh, so like basically like the big guys. That makes sense. I follow. Last time I was in there, the stuff wasn't selling spectacularly well, but that was also on Odin. Oh, it's a place? We can take you sometime. Okay. It's a place.
The people need proof of this, Father. Let us show it to them.
Oh my god, I thought that was... That's a shirt, right? Or is he wearing, like... So he's just wearing some, like, collar lace-up thing just in the middle? My guy! My guy. My guy. Oh my god. I don't do hunt ranger shells. Oh, just do the weekly marks. It's a great place. Oh, for loving your gatherers? Okay, okay. is available in Foundation. There's a quest you can do to access the firmament, and the firmament allows you to access the diadem, and the diadem is a place that helps tremendously in leveling gatherers. Sweet. Would you decide to do crafting? Yeah. That would be helpful
we
again.
stand shoulder to shoulder with our new allies and engage the Garleans in open warfare. The Resistance must demonstrate that they can hold their own against Imperial regulars. And with our assistance, I am confident they can do just that. If we can achieve even a token victory, I believe it will serve to rekindle the hope of the Alamegan people and inspire them to rise up once more.
Aye. Once word spread that we'd won a battle against the Garleans, I'd wager we'd have new recruits flocking to us from malms around. The question is, when and where do we strike?
I'm glad you asked. I have a plan.
Let's go, Pippin! Pippin's got a plan. It's a whole nother thing. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go into any of that until I finish MSQ, and I got a ways to go, so. Yeah, no need to worry about it. Our scouts recently informed me of an interesting development at Castellium. Namely the arrival of a shipment rumored to have come from the research and development facilities near the capital, containing prototype Magitech armor. It is our assessment that this armor is to be field tested here, most likely against the Alliance force. Mayhap before the day is out. Damn it all. More Magitech weapons? That's the last thing we need. Your concern is not unwarranted, but we needn't despair just yet. The shipment is thought to have contained a single heavy unit and 1 or 2 support units. With the well-laid ambush, we are confident we can destroy them all, hindering their development and delaying future deployment. And we should carry this out as a joint endeavor with the Resistance. They will have their rallying cry. It would mean dropping all pretense about the Alliance not wanting to go to war with the Empire, but you'd have a lot more folk willing to stand up and fight if they knew they weren't alone. And you were going to have to do it eventually anyway. Exactly. And so what I propose is simple. We harry their patrols to bait them into bringing their prototype weapons to the East End, where our Resistance allies will take them from behind. Simple indeed, and within our capabilities. I see no reason to delay, especially if a field test is imminent. What do you say? And they're gonna say yes. Time to thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it so much. Jacket of Amy? Sure. Alright. Oh, I gotta go back over there. Ay, ay, ay. Back and forth and back and forth. Ooh, I do like this music. Oh my god, tree. Pike Falls. Oh, it's I don't think I've ever seen a storm. I might be wrong though. Oh god. I'm just gonna TP back and then head out again. Because that's gonna be easier than running all the way around. Actually, I kind of want to... Yeah. Got my little chocobo with their pretty armor. Those tree guys are really cool. They just remind me of Groot, though. A current. Okay, cool. Amazing. I don't have to run all the way around. MSQ. MSQ. Oh. Oh, not this guy again.
Grim for us after Cartano, didn't they? Oh, how they doubted us. Yet here we are, right as rain, with fancy new toys to put through their paces.
I don't like this guy.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Yeah, well, I'm the warrior of light. And I'm gonna get rid of those robots.
Well, 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 if it isn't Garland's little troublemaker. I can't wait to see the look on Xenos' face when I bring him your head.
Made you think it's stuck in your head. I'm so sorry. Is it a good song?
That is, if my secret weapons here don't grind it into mush.
It's wild. Is it like Super Tuna level? Except heavy metal screaming. Wait, that's so iconic, actually.
Get after them, damn you!
Okay, I'm trying to kill this guy, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, I'm not... Maybe I'm just supposed to go for the big guys. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Holy shiitake mushrooms, man. Did someone on my team die? No, no, no. Okay. Okay. Who am I attached to?
You'll be weeping blood.
What?
As a raging bull!
Oh my god, I got two. I don't know how I survived that, but I did. Thank goodness. Is he running away? The resistance! Yeah, you wimp. Running from a fight. thing is, are we actually gonna capture this guy this time or let him go again? I'll look it up later. I cannot wait.
Oh! Damn it all! Miracles of Magitech design, my arse! I passed harder stools than these puzzles.
Oh. I did not.
You'll pay for this! Mark my...
Why are we letting him go? That is my question. Why are we not throwing him in some sort of jail? Whew.
Aye! Run and tell your viceroy! The day belongs to Alamigo!
Aye!
Yeah!
Yeah! But look at me in my jeans. Alright. Let's go. Fudge the Empire. I have samurai. Let me go ahead and take that. Oh. Oh. Back into the main camp. Excuse me. I think this is the main resistance camp. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it definitely is. Yes, it is. I am here. Let's go. All right. Meanwhile, in the royal palace, it's Alamigo. Oh no. Is this the Empire? Did they capture Alamigo? No, we're trying to take Alamigo back. I see. Okay, I followed. I'm sorry. I got it confused a little bit. Bro needs to condition his hair. Yeah, I don't like this guy. Why is he there? Doesn't he have his own capital? Wait, this guy's younger than the other guy.
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Orients and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges.
I'm guessing this is the prince.
Save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Oh shit, alright.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
I feel like he's about to kill that guy. Oh, what'd I say?
My lord,
Why is he a coward?
Cowards. Who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes.
What about... So he's just,
Why?
a sociopath?
When confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the
Maybe.
wall to the Alliance?
Just
Because my honored
bloodthirsty?
father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors.
Oh my god, it's this
Gehavania is where we
guy!
shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience.
He's the big
is
booty
paramount. Cornered
that
animals
Kate
may
has
have
as a
spirit,
dumper.
they are ultimately predictable with very poor sport. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
I think you should start by conditioning your hair.
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have
Wait.
no need of your proposals, savage.
So, she's from this place and she's taking their side, even though they took over? Oh no.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
I don't like. I don't like. back. Okay. So you have people from the places taken over who are forced into Imperial Army, and also those who volunteer for a variety of reasons. Could be for their family, yeah. Oh, it's so sad. Why does this empire think they can take over everyone? Also, why is this something... Oh. I feel like hasn't been mentioned, like it wasn't mentioned in the beginning. I guess we were dealing with bigger fish to fry, like saving the world altogether, because there would be no place to rule if we didn't save the whole world. Backstory is actually that she was forced to conscript an Imperial army before escaping. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Am I going towards one? I am not. I feel like I should start thinking about my girl's story. Yeah, I'm sure Stormblood affected her so much. I guess I could have TP'd over here. Am I attuned to this one? I am. Oh, I don't think I think this is the only one I'm attuned to. Stable, I am going the right direction. Oh. The barber. Oh wow, so pretty. Oh, the other one was over there. Gosh darn it. Well, maybe I can attune to that guy now, though. Nice jump. Go back this way and then way up there. Which I don't think I've been up there before. I kind of hope it has a little crystal over here, but I'm pretty sure there's probably not. Probably not gonna be one. Oh, I can't. Forgot, I can't do that. Oh, okay, over here, over here. I thought it was the main table again. I forgot that I talked to this guy over here. We leveled up, let's go! 67, which means I have 4 more levels until I can become Reaper. Which I'm super excited about. Because I want to be Reaper so bad. And Sage. Reaper and Sage is what I can pick up. So much back and forth right now. Alright. I might as well just run around the whole circle again. Oh, I called my horse and didn't need to at all. I wish you could ride your horse in the water. I feel like it makes sense that you should be able to, but whatever. Can I sprint in the water? Oh, I can. What is this? Oh, I thought the sparkles were over here. Gosh darn it. They're over here. What are the... Need to go down? I'm so confused. Like over here? Okay, I see. Aha, here he is. I don't think I had to run around that way, but whatever. Oh good, they're right next to each other. Here are your herbs. Huh? Oh, do I gotta go? It's a dungeon? Sheesh. Alright. Well, it looks like a dungeon at least. Oh, he's gonna be behind here. Yep. What did I say? Let me just finish this one up really quick. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Oh, I was supposed to be working on this anyways. Good, 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 good. That was great that I picked up both. Oh. Here. Whoa. This place has like a lot of like nooks and crannies, I feel like. He said, I know I'm late, please. My little shark friend. It's just a squeaky little guy. Token of Faith. Over here. Wait, they're so cute. They're purple. Very cute. I know by the time I run up here, I'll probably will go be halfway over here, but I can TP a little bit. Ward of the Destroyer. Okay, that's not far. All right. Alfie! I like that I'm seeing more of Alfie's sister this arc, though. Granted, I mean, she did just join us, so it makes sense, but... Velodania. Velodania. Is that guy's name? What is the prince's name? They just called him my lord. But I do recall him having a name. And I feel like Velidania might be a name. Or it's a place. Either or. Oh, I forgot they were here helping out the wounded.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Well, let's do it, man. Thank you for the sound, Beth. I gotta add a couple more redeems. Like, I gotta add the, like, TikTok scroll one. Like, look at my likes. The one that I said I was gonna steal from Kit. Even though they said that a lot of people have them. Miss Snow. Kiko. Hello? I know you hear me. She being a pain. Kiko! No, ma'am. Thank you. They never listen until you get, like, a little seriousness in your voice. And you're like, sis, I was not trying to be mean to you. Oh. Alright, let's go. She literally was just trying to go in my bathroom, and I don't want her in my bathroom. I don't trust her in there. She has proven to me not to be just trusted. Okay, let's run all the way over there. She's very adventurous tonight. Now she's just crawling under things. I guess, yeah, we'll go down this way and around. Excuse me, Mr. Grizzly. Alright, we're gonna unlock a decent amount of this area. I never know how much me exploring an area is gonna unlock, or like where. Do you know what would make Kiko not sad? A sibling. I think I should get Kiko a sibling. No, I genuinely think she would hate me forever if I actually got a sibling for her. Even though I think she might like it. Maybe. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What did it just say? Several cutscenes will play. Okay. It is recommended that you set aside significant time to view these scenes in their entirety. Alright, alright. Let's go. Let's go. This will be the last thing we probably do.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father. Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
Bruh, I have no idea.
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Ralga's Reach.
What? Oh,
It's no use.
no.
I think someone's jamming our communication.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Oh, of course it is, Alice.
Too early to draw conclusions.
Sorry.
We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
I didn't mean to come off like that, Alice. I didn't mean it like that, but... Come on, girl. Oh, this is very hectic.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
Oh. Oh, okay. Didn't even block it.
You!
Okay, control your anger.
Traitor! Kinslayer!
You're no kin of mine!
Oh? And why not? Oh no, she killed him. Kiko! No, ma'am! I don't even know the like traumatic moment having to yell at my cat.
Mavrid! Hell take you!
Yeah, not really in her vocabulary. Oh. I didn't think he'd actually be there, but it makes sense. It makes sense he would be.
Well, well.
Xenos.
Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Oh no.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
You, There was no point for that. There was literally no reason for that to happen.
Seven hells. It's him. It's Xenos.
The Viceroy! Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
Oh my god. Lise, please. Can you just wait for me?
So spirited, and yet so empty.
When am I gonna descend from the gods and save everyone? Because bunny girls always save people. Oh.
Lise, run!
Not me.
Ah, a magical barrier. Alas,
Or cat girls.
it will not save you.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, please don't. Don't do this to me.
Your shoulder!
Or do this to me.
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
Yeah, do this to me. Mhm. I could have just TP'd back. Easy. But, is this everyone?
Kryl!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
Yes. Yes, Selphie.
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening.
Maybe she's not
no
dead
one knew where
though,
to run or
because
what
we
to
thought
do.
she died
It was
once
chaos.
already, and then she didn't die. So maybe she's not
Lisa
dead
and Master
again.
Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Let me at him. I'm the warrior of
Confound
light.
it. If we lose the reach, this will all have been for naught.
Why are we talking? Why am I not running?
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach.
Yeah,
we
it's
must
9
offer such
lives,
aid and
yeah.
succor as we are able.
She's
Saving
only on her
lives is
3rd
now our
life.
paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
Appreciate it.
I fear you're right.
Truly.
Come.
Well, okay, we're gonna guesstimate maybe she's on her 5th life. We're gonna guesstimate. Hopefully we're on her 3rd. But we'll say 5th for good measure, you know? Oh. Hello?
It's all over now.
Let's get this guy out of the way, out of here. Alright, let's continue. Hi, Miggy. Guys out of the way as soon as possible. I still can't believe that picture of Kiko exists. It's such a good photo of her. I genuinely have no idea how it exists.
For the glory of the flames!
Didn't even realize. Just one straggler over here.
Rebel scum!
I want to get rid of everyone else first, please. Especially the mage. Let's get him out of here. Yeah, you're no match for me. I'm the warrior of light. Oh no, he's about to lose it.
What took you so long?
Oh, we trying.
Alpha, no, I need your help.
Okay, she's good. She's good. He's not freaking out. We're fine. Everything's fine.
My lord, the prisoners.
See to your men, Pylus.
Oh.
As you command, my lord.
Okay. Flutter off. Go, go.
Your friends were a disappointment. But
He's talking to me? Hell yeah. Oh no. I'm anxious for this fight. Truly, I didn't think it would go into a long fight like this, but you know, here we are. Edgenog, I messed up.
be gone!
I do have pretty. Oh. I don't know if they're gonna help me.
Give me something to remember.
No, weak. I just don't know how to fight you yet. Leave me alone. Fucking hell, man. Sorry for my language. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna look. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you.
Don't stop now.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, okay. Mike, can you open the door? Oh.
Pathetic.
Seven hells.
Yeah, he just annihilated us. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna die. Nice restraint.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay. There has been enough death this day.
Aye, sir.
So he just literally came over here just to have fun. Just to shit on them for fun, basically.
You all right, lass? Aye. Do not doubt it.
Welcome in, family. I did.
Don't you die on me, Ashola!
Oh,
Hold
no.
on!
If Yashola dies...
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Okay, okay.
Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Vic, thank you for the 13 months. What the heck? Have
Don't
a
just
great
stand there
stream.
gawping.
Thank you.
Hold
I
her
love
down
you so
while I
much,
work.
Vic. I hope work goes well today. Bye, Alan. Have a good evening. Come on. Life number 3. You got it. She's got it.
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Okay, well then let's hop to it.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise? Of course. I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Okay. Oh my god. They're gonna be okay. They said they're gonna be okay, so they're gonna be fine. Wow, What a way to end stream, am I right? So we thought, and then the guy came in and just destroyed us out of nowhere. So that's fun. I feel like I'm gonna have to go process that. Because, like, how is he so strong? Like, how? Anyways, I will see you guys maybe this Wednesday, maybe not, but of course I'll see you guys this Saturday. I'm excited. We'll be starting a horror game. I'm gonna be getting a poll started in the Discord to see which one we want to start. Thank you guys for being here. Have a great night. I love you guys so much. Miggy, Beth, Vic, Wifey, anyone else who is still here looking, I appreciate it so much. We are gonna raid into our bestie Farah. They are playing Silent Hill, which is maybe one of the games we are going to be playing. We'll see. Let's send them all of our love, and I will see you guys very, very soon, and I'm excited to do some Halloween stuff. Alrighty. Goodbye.